Hey, how's it going, guys, and welcome back to Monster Tamer News, the segment on this channel where we go over the past week's developments in the monster taming genre. Things are a little on the slower side this week, but we do have some very noteworthy updates, including one that's very disappointing. Firstly, we've got a brand new trailer for Temtem and some of the features that will be available in the 1.0 launch. We got our first real look at the battle system in Zokai, which is a Game Boy Color themed monster taming game that I'm personally really vibing with aesthetically. A new update for Doodle World, the unfortunate hiatus of Untamed Isles, which we'll talk about in a minute, and more. So with all that being said, make sure to sit back, relax, and let's do this. Okay, so first of all, just a public service announcement about something that I did make a video about earlier this week, that being the fact that people are going around pretending to be the developers of Palworld, offering others playtesting opportunities via Discord. From what I can tell, they'll send you some sort of executable file, and once you open it, it'll install some sort of rat on your computer. There is currently no playable build for Palworld that is public, and anybody offering you this is trying to access your personal information or scam you in some sort of way. This isn't anything unique to Palworld, it's something that we oftentimes see in the indie community because it's a lot more believable that an indie developer would reach out to someone rather than a large one. I've noticed scams like this are actually really prevalent in the horror indie scene for some reason, as I've gotten tons of fake sponsorships for games that typically are on the horror side of things. So yeah, stay vigilant, guys. Don't click on anything you're not 100% sure about. And even if it is from your own friends on Discord, still be careful, because I've had my own friends on Discord hacked and then subsequently would send me links that were obviously viruses. Next, while there definitely can be some debate whether or not card games where you summon and use monsters in battle against each other fit in the genre, I know that there's a lot of fans of Yugioh that also enjoy monster taming, so I thought I'd mention that Yugioh Cross Duel did release last month, which is something I completely missed and was brought to my attention by Eskilo over in our Discord server, so special thanks to them for that. That said, it's basically a mobile dueling simulator, so if you're interested, you can check it out on Android or iOS and get more information there. Some of you may already heard, but Untamed Isles, the monster taming MMORPG with proximity voice chat, limb swapping, a battle system created by Wolfie VGC, and more, has lost their funding and is on hiatus until further notice. This obviously comes as quite a shock because the early access was planned to come out in October. We even recently got a release date for it. Untamed Isles was going to have two versions of the game, one that was on Steam and was going to be completely free of any sort of crypto or NFT elements, and the other was going to use what I'm guessing would have been some sort of private launcher, which would have allowed you to use that back-end stuff to trade and sell various in-game items, kind of like what people do with CSGO skins. Now, it's no secret that having a game tied to crypto in any way is bad for the game's reputation. Plus, since the crypto market crashed, it's honestly not surprising to see these types of investors pulling out, if I'm being quite honest. A lot of people say that 99% of games that incorporate any sort of crypto are usually bad, and a lot of us seem to think that this was the 1% because it wasn't doing it in an invasive way, but it's clear that leaning on something as volatile as the crypto market, as its financial legs, can be a massive issue regardless of the intentions of the developers, which I have spoken to the lead developer, and he seemed very passionate over the game, not just out to screw people out of their Kickstarter money. Speaking of which, because of this, a lot of Kickstarter backers want a refund, but the thing is it looks like the game's out of funds completely, and regardless of the intentions of the development team, if this game doesn't end up coming out, a lot of people, including myself, who backed the initial Kickstarter campaign will be out of luck. Back when the game's Kickstarter took place, a lot of people, including myself, didn't really understand crypto or even really care about it back then because the game just looked cool. This has really acted as a lesson for at least me not to financially support anything that has to do with, even if it is minimally invasive. There's always a potential chance that the game is funded by a new investor, but for me this is extremely damaging to the game because who's to say that it won't happen again? Furthermore, Untamed is not the first game in the genre to get Kickstarter funded and then end up in hiatus with seemingly no feasible way to get the game released. I would like to do some videos following up on previously Kickstarted games in the future, but this is definitely something that is negatively impacting the genre, and moving forward I'm going to be a lot more skeptical and privy to games over-promising. Again, not something that's solely unique to Untamed Isles, but still of note. I think sometimes I, like many others, let their hype for something distort potential red flags, and for that I am sorry. I think best case scenario at this point, if they want to get this game out, maybe they could look into dropping the MMO aspect aspect, which is the most expensive, and instead adopt a single-player turn-based RPG that has PvP like Pokemon, and downright dropping all crypto elements. The developer said he did want to get the game made, so I'm assuming they're looking at getting funded, but given the circumstances I expressed previously, I don't want to hold my breath too much and put a lot of energy into something that might get a new investor that ends up leaving if the crypto market crashes again. We've got a brand new Temtem trailer that goes into some of the new pieces of content coming to the 1.0 launch. The trailer is a bit longer than something I'd typically let play out for you guys, but since it's a slower week, we'll play it here, then head into the rapid fire section.
Get ready, Temtem Tamers! A new island is coming to the Airborne Archipelago, and it's overflowing with exciting new adventures, challenges, and rewards for you and your squad to discover. So grab your tokens and get ready to experience the Tamers Paradise. Jump into the Arch-Tamer Sanctum, where you'll need to compose your perfect competitive squad to defeat the best Tamers in history. Make it through them all without losing and reap the rewards. Run over to the Grit and Draft arenas to battle against an onslaught of Holo Tamers. Bring your own squad, or crank up the challenge and select from 4 random Temtem with special items in this all-you-can-fight survival mode. The more you win, the harder your opponents get, and the bigger the prizes become. Grab a friend and team up to tackle the Digilair, where you'll battle foes in custom-built matches to earn a Temtem egg as a reward. Wild Temtem are on the loose in the Tem Safari, and they're just itching for a fight. Choose from different categories of Temtem each week to build the ultimate squad in the Ultimate Temtem Challenge. Step up your Tamer game by climbing to the top of the ever-shifting tower. Choose your starting Temtem and fight your way through an evolving maze of rooms and battles to reach the pinnacle of success. The more rewards you earn, the more you'll have to spend at the most exclusive shopping center in the Airborne Archipelago. Here you can buy everything a Tamer needs for battle, or for creating that perfect abode for you and your Temtem. With new weekly activities and tons of fun new cosmetics, you'll never run out of ways to level up your Tamer Pass. Plus, with the introduction of a new season and theme every few months, you're guaranteed to have tons of awesome goodies to choose from. The fun never ends in Tamer's Paradise, and there's even more to come. It's time to prove you have what it takes to be a top Tamer. It's time to Temtem up.
Alright, so next we've got a few updates allocated to the second part of this video that, as you may already know, I've dubbed the rapid fire news, so let's check it out. First things first, the Candy Factory update is now live in Doodle World. This actually kind of works out perfectly because my Lumion Legacy Let's Play is almost wrapped up. I've been typically running 2 Let's Plays at a time to sort of mix things up, so we could definitely replace Lumion with Doodle World until the next Lumion update comes out and continue Digimon. The Druggiemon dev showcased some playable characters in the upcoming demo. I'm here alongside a myriad of parody characters from different media sources, I'm sure you can point out. The Amber Roots dev put out a recent devlog going over the game's new crafting system, as well as some other minute changes both to models and UI. Here we can see some move abilities in Trails of Sunder, a very early concept work for Tamamon's battle system. We got a new habitat for Anatons. Here we can see different ages for the dragon showcased a while back for Biomancer, the monster raising and battling sim. We got a new monster for Pry into the Void. Yet another cutscene has been completed for Mythcaller. You can check out the Discord server to see the full thing. Here we got a short clip of Gorit discussing the different types of combat styles in game. We have basic attacks, defense, and abilities, all of which make a rock, paper, scissors like wheel in terms of combat advantage. And finally, last but not least, we've got a brand new clip for Zokai, a Game Boy Color inspired monster taming RPG that aesthetically has me very interested. Let's check it out. So yeah, guys, a pretty interesting week overall. I'm personally excited to see more from Zokai, and I'm getting excited for the 1.0 launch of Temtem. The whole Untamed situation definitely has me really disappointed, as I truly thought that this was going to be the definitive monster taming MMO of sorts. I love Temtem, but I like it more as a single-player story game rather than an MMO. This game was going to have a ton of aspects to it that I personally thought were really cool, like the wilderness area where you can PK people, the battles that anyone could see in the overworld, and the proximity voice chat. So to say that I'm a little shell-shocked by this is an understatement. Feel free to express your own feelings on the matter in the comment section below. I know there's going to be a lot of mixed opinions and potentially heated discussions. Just do me a favor and try to keep it civil. All that said, I will keep you guys updated if anything changes. And while I've made a point to not really cover games that I don't think are going anywhere, especially when it comes to P2E and crypto, because trust me, there's a ton of these games that are using monster taming as a platform to launch their dressed up crypto farming simulators that I won't cover. But from here on out, I'm going to be even more vigilant because that's what the genre needs and deserves. With that, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.